shall we rank some characters from Boonboomger? It's been a while, and I miss the characters. I hope you guys miss them too. But yeah, let's rank the main characters. There's not many Boonboomger characters I really dislike, so this will be fun to see. Well, this is the real reason why we're doing this. Over on Montyverse's channel, there is some misdoings that were done, and I am here to fix those misdoings. Wait, we need better music for this. We need some dramatic music. Not that! Not that music! I'm just trying to find dramatic music, and it's all memes. Let's go onto their channel and do some, fix some misdoings. Yes! Okay, so, so they decided to put it into a, like, bracket fight. It'd be fine if they, like, gave it a good enough, like, discussion. But they decided to put all of the Sentai team members into one, and then guess who wins? They choose the snake guy! Sorry if this is getting dramatic, but I am offended. You put Yarika with Atasha and Decatrate and then put them below him? Are we gonna have an issue? Because I feel like there has been some truths, some actions against me. I am coming for you, Montyverse. Both of you. God, the music really got me into it. But that's why we're here.
I'll get some grief for that, but I don't care.
You've hurt me. But that is why we're here. We're here because of this video. We have got to do some fixing, and we are gonna do that today. We are going to actually put them in the right order. So we got the Boonboomger character tier list maker. We got GOAT, great, alright, yeah, and bad. I mean, there's probably some characters that we're probably gonna put in and disagree with, or we're gonna all agree and we're gonna make some more tiers. I don't know. The chaos can continue. I don't know, but let's get into it. The tired Ishiro kiss tier. So true. So true. Why can't I be seen? There you go. There you go, chat. There you go. I give you your voice back. I give you life. Anyway, let's start. Obviously, we've got some pretty big characters here. We've got some other characters here. We've also got some characters that we don't really know much about because of the movie. So I guess I should make a tier where it's like, I don't know who they are. Like, the fuck is this? The Boonboomger movie is pretty good. Fair enough. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna say that we could change the tiers a little bit as well, because there's some great characters in here, and some of them are villains. I think, like, when it says, like, what is a great character, it's more, what is a character that is effective to the story? And it might be that they're awful in their thoughts, because they're evil, for example. But, like, there's some great characters in the show that push the plot along, and they will not take that away from them. And then there's just some weird characters I'm just like, meh. So let's get into it. Dog Thigh is a goat. I forgot I put them as separate characters. So we're gonna start with Flint, or as in, I think their name is Aki or something like that. But they are Mera's friend, suffers from depression, I would say, which isn't a bad thing. I suffer from depression. I literally said today I have had a bad mental health day, and that's why we're doing this. I think she actually was all right. I love what she did for the actual plot of the story, if that makes sense. She pushed it along in a good way. When I saw two Boon Pinks, actually, that's such a good point. They really said, nah, fuck you. You want this? Nah, we're not gonna give it you. Actually, you're so right. I kind of want to put them in bad, just for lying to us about having there being two pinks in our series. The character from the episode that we lied to, we wanted to, yeah, I think we should keep her in bad. Is that mean? Is that bad? Do we keep it there? I'm asking you guys because I'm not gonna get hated for this. We were deceived. We were deceived. You're so right. We were deceived. Okay. Should we put them in? Yeah, because like her being in the show could have meant so much more if they'd done kind of what they hinted at. And I'm saying that this tier list is about the characters who made the most impact. Honestly, she's one character that was there for one episode and then we never saw them again. But they also came along with a fake pretense that they were going to give us more than they let on. So in a way, I kind of don't want to give her anything above yeah, because I felt so deceived. Aki could have transformed still. I would have loved her to have transformed. Imagine the story. She transforms, but then realizes it's not for her. So like they both are able to transform because they both have the extra Boonboomgers, but because it's not the lifestyle that she actually wants to go for, she takes it upon herself to say, this isn't for me, and then moves on with her life, feeling better about her own personal life. I'm just saying, that could have been a cooler, better episode. Anyway, let's go on to Akira. I think I'm gonna put Akira was okay. I enjoyed them. They were there to help with Gemba's personal stuff, which is fair enough. Haven't seen Tokuja, but GOAT tier for me. He was really funny. I love that they brought him back. He took Genba away from that final step, I guess you could say. And I think, yeah, I'm gonna put him in alright. But alright isn't bad. Alright is good. Alright is like, alright. Okay. I'm gonna put Raito like above Akira because like Raito was like great. Seeing him again put a little tear in my eye. Also, the actor wanted to come back into the show as well. It was a surprise. They zoomed out to see, like, to show his actor stood there, and he turns away. He gave them the whole Tokuja mecha. Like, that's pretty good, actually. So I'm gonna keep them above alright because I think he can. He is the layer of what alright is. I think right also being in the alright tier is actually pretty funny. So I think I'm gonna keep him there. Akira is one of my favorite Sentai sects, but having seen all the Tokuja really packs an emotional punch. No, for sure. Right is one of my favorite Sentai Reds ever. That's my goat. He's pretty good, actually. Anyway, let's move on to this little guy. This is the villain from the movie, right? And I haven't actually seen the movie yet. I should do. There's something about Sentai movies these days that I don't enjoy. Maybe I need to watch it. Skip. Should I make a new thing? Or should I just put bad because I, didn't see it. Bad / didn't see? I might just put in there. Didn't have a real major impact on the rest of the show, if that makes sense. Yeah, or bad. I'll just keep him there because I didn't see him. This one I think is bad. He had no impact on the story. Again, this tier list is about how good a character they are, but also the impact on the story. This guy died 2 seconds after he was revealed on screen. So we're just gonna leave it to he doesn't matter. Get rid of him. Moving on. Let's just go through all the cameos, I guess. So we have here Bervi, Boson, and Speedor from Go Onja, as well as Sosuke. And honestly, seeing them was so good. So, on that note, I'm going to put... The thing is, Bervi and Boson wasn't there for a long time. Bervi, yeah. They didn't really have much impact on the story. Yeah. Speedor, on the other hand, though, had a pretty big impact on one episode because he was there. I think I'm going to put them... I'm gonna put them there, and then Sosuke there as well. I don't know where to put it. I'm gonna put it there. The reason why is, well, those two were only here for like a couple seconds, and then they flew off, and it was fine. Speedor was there. He was able to see the Boonboomgers and actually be there, and it was really, really nice just being able to be like, yay, they're in it. They're involved with the episode. And Sosuke is just a funky little guy, and we love him for it. So Sosuke's just gonna be there. And to be honest, seeing him again was so lovely. Also, I saw him in PMC. Also, he follows me on Twitter, I think. The actor. Yeah, I think he does follow me on Twitter. This won't be included in the edit if he doesn't follow me, because that would be embarrassing. If this bit is, you know. Sasuke warms my heart. Same with Speedo. Yeah. Also, like, Sasuke not changing at all. But yeah, so the thing about Sasuke and also with Raito didn't act, like, changed a lot because he grew up. Raito we see in this episode is actually him grown up. Makes it so much nicer that he's back, because obviously this isn't him in the show. This is him growing up after the show kind of continues its story. Well, that's how I see it anyway. It's really nice to know that he still has that childlike charm and imagination. So that was why I'm putting him at the top. But Sasuke is still the same Sasuke, and it's so nice to see that energy again. So I'm gonna keep him there. I just realized, did we not get a female main Sentai member come back? We had Flint, but like Flint isn't Flint, and Flint doesn't henshin in this. Did we get no female ranger representation from the actual show that henshins? Am I losing it? Am I wrong? Why couldn't we have had It's still pirate themed. I guess we have Joe. Again, another man! No female ranger has officially come back. The only female red ranger that we've had, Shinkenja. And she wasn't even the main character. She was the official red ranger that was kind of hiding. Which female Sentai alumni would you have for Boonboomger? Oni sister. That would have been cool. And I don't want people in chat being like, oh god, here she goes again. But like, it's just like, can't you see where I'm coming from? Anyway, we'll move on. On to another man. Gokai Blue Joe was great. I think I have to put him in the great or above all right. Because one, he brought something back that was impactful for the rest of the finale. He brought something back that was essential in bringing back Bundario. Sorry, spoilers. I forgot to say spoilers. But also, he changed into... Yeah, exactly. He changed into Boon Blue, which was exactly what his powers was. And was just really cool. And he also brought, like a sense of believe in your comrades kind of thing. Also, he wore his original jacket from the show. Are you kidding me? After Ishiro almost shot Sakito. That was a crazy episode. And I love that episode. Because of him as well. But it was like both blues made it so special, that episode. So I gotta put him in great. And he's not even one of the official characters. If not Go. But that might be my Go Kaija fan coming out a little bit there. Who should we go for next? Let's go for this guy. He's in the movie. Didn't see him. I know he is an official YouTuber, he's a Japanese YouTuber who got added into the movie, and I think that's cool, but I don't think he really adds much relevance or impact into the show. I'm gonna put him there, because I can already tell that he's one of those annoying characters that they have for comic relief. Unless he does something big that not I know about, but I guess let me know. He's there to sell a ticket. He's one of the oldest Japanese YouTubers. Exactly. He has no relevance to it. So I'm going to put him in bad didn't see, because I don't give a fuck about him. We got the princess. She brought a very important element into the finale. Brought Bundario back. So we should be thankful for her, right? But I don't really care. She brought a fucking disco ball. Yeah, a fucking disco ball, man. I thought she looks cool. I think she has great fashion. I love her hair. I've kind of gone with the pink. Well, you can't really see the pink at the moment, but I've gone for the pink as well, which is lovely. I'm gonna put her as yeah, because she sounds like she was a very important person in the movie, and in the finale, she seems kind of like a weak character compared to the rest of the show. I'm glad that she helped. I think she's decent, but her arc in the movie just felt eh. I was gonna say, from the trailers and everything I could tell, she was just an character. So I'm gonna put her as yeah. Maybe, oh, this is really mean of me. I'm like, maybe it's below Busan, because no, I'll put her above Busan. But she's definitely not got the impact of Flint. See, it feels weird having Aki amongst these now. I might move her up to alright, because I actually really liked her whole episode. I thought her episode was... It was good, okay? It talked about depression. Let's go now for like the third degree characters is what I'm calling them. So like this is like Naito Raida and this guy, I can't remember his name, the police guy. Actually, let's rearrange it so you guys can see who's next. It's all the office people, I guess, is who's next. That's kind of funny. Anyway, let's go on to the third degree characters. So these are characters that we see a lot, or they are recurring. They're part of the main storyline, I guess. Let's start with Ishiro's friend, colleague, who I think dies in this show officially. She is a fellow spy and is kind of like, I don't want to say, they get in a bit of a sexual situation. It's a bit weird. That episode got like very mature. She's a friend of Ishiro's. She is a fellow spy working under the ISA as well. She kidnaps him, body copies them with the auto monster of the episode, and then chains Ishiro up. We have that brilliant episode, like in the same episode, we have that brilliant moment where the Ishiro clone goes to like the base and Taya is there and realizes he's fake because he looks in his eyes and can tell. That's some BL right there. It's just great. Like, I don't know if it's chains, but it's definitely like handcuffed up to a thing. It's very I don't want to say sensual, but it's very suggestive. On that note, moving on, I think I'm going to put her in all right because her story was actually very impactful. I'm going to put her definitely above. Ooh, I felt for her death though. At the end of the episode, like Shashiro escapes, gets to fight and save the group as well. And then when he goes back to see her, her earpiece is broken on the floor and she's gone. And that is the moment where people realize, oh shit, something must have gone down. And it gives Ishiro this whole new sense of, oh wow, okay, yeah, we need to move along. So because of that, I'm gonna put them at the top of all right, because I think their impact on the show moved us into the last half. It moved us into the finale. The muscular man, civilian extra. Oh my god, I forgot to add them in! Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot to add the muscular men. Justice for the muscular men. Next, we have this guy. I can't remember what his name is, but like, he's the evil guy. He's bad guy. I think he was a very essential part of the whole show. Hate him though. Do I add another tier? I remember when we did the King Ohger tier list of characters, I made a Hakabaka, which was like the afterlife tier. Should I bring back the Hakabaka tier? Should I bring it back? The Hakabaka tier can get rid of the people we don't like. So this guy, horrendous. And in the last episode, I'd love to see you fail, is pretty much what he said. Hakabaka, yeah, okay, we're gonna make a Hakabaka thing. Hakabaka, bitch. Hakabaka. Go to hell. Is that too much? Is that too aggressive? I don't know. No, I'll just say Hakabaka. People know that what Hakabaka means. And I'll do it as like Hakabaka. There you go. There's the secret the secret realm. No one needs to know. This is the secret one where we throw our enemies. However, I just want to say this is also this, if you get what I mean. If people go into Hakabaka, that means they made such a massive fucking impact on the show that I hate them for it. But it means that they've done it well enough that they're bad villains. That also means that they've done it well, if that makes sense. So, on that note, yeet! He really fucked with our rangers. He had spies spying on them. He really messed them up. And also, I'm gonna jump ahead and put this guy in as well. Naito Rider really was just awful. He had everybody. He had everybody in the whole show, in the whole fan base, thinking he was a good guy. And then he turns around and says, fuck you, no I'm not. See, these are the people I hate the most. These are the people in shows, in movies and in TV shows where I'm like, you make me worry about my friends. If that makes sense. These are the characters that you don't expect to be villains. And you're like, I can trust this guy. And then just something he says, you're like, that's weird. Why you say it like that? Why you say things weird? Why did you... And then he turns around. Oh, the reveal was so... I don't want to say it was sexy, but like the reveal was so poignant. And I love the reveal. It was just so magnificent. Because I was talking about this a couple of days ago with my partner, with Daz. Because I was just like, there's characters in any media that makes you go, I should not have trusted this person with my life. But that's how good it was. Like, the reveal was so good. Anyway, beside the point, I love the betrayal. I do love the betrayal. But damn. And they killed Boondario. That episode where he was literally lying on the floor, Ty was lying on the floor, and he was just like, if you give me all your assets, I can let you save your friend. Oh, what a villain. Get in the bin. Get in the Hakabaka bin. Oh, stunning. We got another fucker. This is Mera's boyfriend. Ex-boyfriend, may I remind you. Ex-boyfriend. But he made such an impact for me when I watched his episode. Like, he was in the first episode pretending, well, being the perfect boyfriend, trying to save his betrothed from a wedding from episode 1. However, how that actually transpired was several episodes in. He comes back and assumes that the Boonboomgers have stolen his girlfriend. His girlfriend would never do this. Very much thinking that Mera was the trophy wife. And I love this episode so much because it proved that he is an alpha male kind of guy, where he thinks about alpha males like this. Does that make sense? He is the guy that is like, oh, my wife will do anything for me. My wife will sit there and listen to me. My wife will follow me no matter what happens. This guy is that guy. He will talk to you about being the Omega. Or the Sigma. And Mera, when it was like, nah. nah. And I think that's why I love this character for what he brought. I thought he brought such an immense presence and really made me think about how, I know this is not the phrase, but how dark Sentai can be. But not really that, is how up-to-date Boonboomger is with the writing, if you get what I mean. We've got an episode about toxic relationships. Now, I don't want to put him as a great character, but I think I'm going to put him in Hakabaka. Now, a reminder for people who have just joined the stream, Hakabaka is our version of the tier list of villains, if that makes sense. The villains go to Hakabaka, and depending on how close to the top they are, means that they are the better. So it's kind of like a tier list here and a tier list here, if that makes sense. Because I can't put these guys up here. Well, there's some that will go up there, but for now, I think it has to be like this, or like that, maybe? The betrayal, okay, this guy is a bad guy, but that's fine. This guy was a toxic relationship in an episode. This guy was the betrayal that killed my anxiety. No, not killed my anxiety, birthed my anxiety. I'm currently binging Boonboomger, absolutely loving it so far. I plan to get the green champion jacket. Is this the green champion jacket from Nerdius? The one I've got here, but the green one. Yes, good. Okay, I'm trying to get Nerdius some more sales because I think I found his jacket, so I was like, oh, can we get it in yellow? He put it in yellow. I was like, can we get it in green? He put it in green, and I was like, oh, can we get it in purple? And he put it in purple. So I'm trying to get him as many sales as we can through this because it's just really good. Definitely go buy it if you can. It's a bit expensive, but it's worth it, I would say. And especially because it's so much cheaper than an actual champion jacket. And even though it's not official, it's comfortable. you can wear it out in public. The colors are beautiful, and the printing is spot on. Like, I've worn it a little bit, so it's a bit dirty, but keep looking. It's amazing. And I've had compliments about this jacket, so I can't be absolutely like mean about it. But yeah, let's keep going. Okay, so we're gonna go on to Miami. Miami, this character's name kills me every single time, because why is her name Miami? Anyway, where would I put Miami? I think her character development was really interesting. She came in randomly as like, as Mako. I'm gonna call Shirabe Mako by accident occasionally, so please be in mind. Shirabe's best friend, and you kind of see that she's not actually very trustworthy, but then it turns around and slaps you in the face and goes, oh, she was actually on the right side the whole time. Crazy. So on that note, I think I'm gonna put her at the top of all right. Like, she made an impact. She was a villain for most of the show, but I think she was an all right character. I think like the impact she had, she was just the assistant finding information. Good that we had her, but I think it's fine. I think she did all right. Let's go to the villains now. The actual villain team. Let's start with like when they were like introduced, I guess. Yeah, we'll go with that order. So we have Madorex. I'm gonna be really weird and put him at great. Genuinely, as Kentaro says, I love Madorex so much. He is just great. So he starts off as this villain character and you're just like, fuck him, hate him. He's a bad guy. But he's kind of funky and kind of cool. But his reappearance into the story, let's just say that, is so interesting. He comes back as someone who is completely under powers or whatever, gets shocked back into it, pretends to not remember as to protect the Sunseeker team, and then sacrifices himself for everyone. Like a villain who can turn to protect the ones he actually cares about, the Sunseeker team. Incredible. And the fact that the Sunseeker team are so powered by the mystery of what happened to him. Goat. Actually, I agree with you. Fuck it. Goat. Goat right there, actually. Specifically correct. Him as a character is incredible. Love his sacrifice at the end of his life. And I love that it's like a moving force for the Sunseeker team through the rest of the show to find out what happened to him. And then that's what turns the Sunseeker team against the Hashilians. It's just incredible. Like, the storytelling for characters like that are great. And I will love those characters. And also, his little dog. I can't say that he's the go-to, but I'll put them as a great character because he's just so cute. Canon Borg is the next one. Canon Borg is a weird one. Impacted the story, but pretty sourceless in my opinion. True. Okay, so here's the thing. I hated him, but I don't think he deserves to go to Hakabaka. He's kind of like, in my opinion, he's a bit of a, you could pity him. He is jealous of the strength and the success of Mad Rex, and it's kind of obvious because he, in his last moments, Canon Borg thinks of Mad Rex and this conversation that he has where he is like, I am above you, and Mad Rex goes, no, you're not. And you can tell that's annoyed him. He's just annoying. Also, yes, you're right, he assaulted Yarika. He did! And I will never forgive him for that. So because of that, I'm going to put him as a, I think he had an impact on the story, but I think he was an alright character. Like, he's evil but not worthy of Hakabaka. Exactly, I think he was alright. I'm putting him at the end of alright, because he did some shitty things, and like, things that should not have been accepted, but like, I think he's just a pitiful character. And I think when I realized that, I was just like, oh, Shit, okay. Yikes. I like the idea of Canon Borg and his potential, but I find him to be pretty weak in the middle as a villain. True. Actually, this is a very good point. As a villain, he doesn't actually do a lot of fighting, so he's not very strong. He's more strong in his mind. He's a lot more like scientific smart. Hence why he is the person who does all the what's the word? Fiddling. I hate that term. But he's the guy who does all the improvements. Modifications! Thank you. Yeah, you're right. There's that one really cool episode where Sakito goes after him and he has to use all the weapons. But I think, yeah, he's just alright. The dinosaur episode actually really killed me as well. Sakito's big fight with Canon Borg is one of my favorite fights in the whole show. Genuinely, that was such a cool episode. It was just a sick episode. Yeah, I'm gonna put him there. He's alright. Don't care for him. I can pity him, and that makes me go, he's alright. Even yeah, I could put him in. Where should we put him? In alright or yeah? Because either or. Alright? Okay, we're putting him alright. At the bottom of it. Okay, so we've come up to this guy. The snake guy. Yeah, okay, here's an interesting one. I don't want to put literally all the villains into Hakabaka because not all of them deserve to be in Hakabaka. This race was interesting. I love their kind of like their episode character with Gemba. I think their fighting relationship, I'm just gonna call it, was pretty interesting. But like, I found him pretty annoying. I found him pretty annoying. This race deserves it. Also, yes, he killed. Oh my god, he caused all that issue for Gemba. Actually, yeah, Hakabaka. He deserves Hakabaka. I didn't want to put him in Hakabaka because I was just like, I don't want to put all the villains in Hakabaka. But like, I think Hakabaka. Yeah, this right. Okay, where in Hakabaka though? For what he did to Mad Rex and oh my god, I forgot. Yeah, it was hit Mad Rex. Like actually, yeah, Hakabaka. You guys have reminded me what he did to Mad Rex. I forgot that's what caused Mad Rex's demise. Oh my god. Okay, where are we putting him? Oh my god. No one likes you, Distress. So true. What he did to Mad Rex and Gemba, sending down there. Wish they showed flashbacks to Gemba's. I know! I would have loved to see Gemba's dad. I said this all along. I really would have loved to see Gemba's dad. I just wanted to see an old cat, like an old white cat, just kind of there on a throne. Yarkov. Fuck you, Disrace! Fuck you, Disrace! Is it above Naito Rider or below Naito Rider? I feel like he's like here. Is he below Naito Rider? I think, okay, I'm gonna put him below Naito Rider because Naito Rider was such a disgrace. And I know it's probably not as bad, but like he let greed take over him and also made everyone believe he was a good guy. So I'm gonna put Disrace onto him. Oh god, I should do that as a stream. Be like, send me words that you want Yaraka to say and I'll try and voice them. Okay, so we have the next character. Grand Risk! That's it. This guy got a cool final battle, but he only gets one line backstory. Yeah, I feel like we were lacking on Grand Risk. I kind of wanted more. I wouldn't say he's great, but I think he's alright, actually. Okay, this is gonna sound really silly. I'm not going to put him in Hakabaka because I think this guy was someone who just wanted to put his leader ahead of him. He was so devoted to him. Like, do you get what I mean? He took him on and it was kind of like, okay, hear me out. They're an evil version of Joe and Marvelous. If that makes sense. Joe and Marvelous came together because he saved him from a planet that had him in prison. Grand Risk did the same thing with Spindo did the same thing with Grand Risk. That's kind of funny. He also doesn't do a lot, if you get what I mean. He organizes things. He has one really cool fight with an umbrella. He has the second final battle. Like, I don't think he actually does anything too horrendous. Is this oh my god, yes, the BL tension between him and Spinder as well. I'm just saying, there was some close-ups and there was some like face-to-face action. They didn't do anything, but they were very sexual. Like, they insinuated a lot. And because of that, I think I might push them up a level. No, can I do that? Just for the BL? I don't know. Do I do a BL tier? this tier list is gonna get out of hand. Do I do that? Guys, do I add a kiss tier? Yeah. Okay, we're adding a kiss tier. A BL tier. How about that? Add a row above. No, the kiss tier. The kiss tier is probably better. Kiss tier. He's like a classic loyal robot servant butler security guard. Yes. And I'm gonna put him there. Yeah, he's there now. I like how so far we've got Madrex as a goat and Grand Risk as a kiss tier. Anyway. My head's hurting already. Weiwei Yaraka. They were there, did a really cool thing as like introducing that there's a whole universe of Yarakas. But I think the character Weiwei was actually kind of, they kind of didn't do anything with him. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, they didn't really do anything with him. Like, I wanted more. I might actually just put them in alright, but down at the bottom of alright. If not, yeah. I'm gonna follow your advice and put him in alright. Because I love the fact that there's now a whole planet of Yarakas. And what that entails is just kind of cool. But the character didn't do much. And I think Canon Borg did a lot more than Weiwei Yaraka. Wishi stayed on Earth longer. Be Spinder's personal Yaraka. I think Spinder personal Yaraka is correct. I think he is, because he does say I have to report back to Spinder, but he doesn't do much, and I wanted more from him. I think he's cool. He's all right. Onto Spinder. I guess he just had to join the Kiss tier, right? And as a villain, he's very fabulous. I think he's kind of cool, not. He's bad because he's a bad villain. I mean, he's a great villain because he's a. But also, the BL is magnificent. He's a shitty person. He wants death. He manipulated all of the characters. He made the biggest impact. He started the story off by picking Bundario up from when he had to leave. He caused him to leave, actually, because he was selling it through him. He then was the reason why he died. He shot him right in the chest, man. I think, like, I'm putting him in the Kiss tier still instead of Hakabaka, but I think it's because he made the biggest impact in the whole show. Also, he's fabulous. He has a whole costume change in the middle of it. I'm like, okay. And the BL in it is just incredible because he's bad. He's bad, really, really bad. Yes. He tricked Bundario, who did. He deserves GOAT. Oh my god. It's weird that we're going to let him go to judge, but he just faded away. Yeah, he didn't. The thing is, I think that also makes him a more powerful character. At the very end, instead of paying up for his crimes, he said, no, fuck you. I'm gonna die. Not that he was gonna save, like they were gonna save him, because he was already at a point where he couldn't be saved. But instead of actually owning up for his mistakes, he took his crimes to the grave. And in a way that makes him even more impactful, I think. I think I'm putting him there. I'm gonna keep him there because, yes, I think that makes sense. Next, we got our little robot guys. We have Byun Diesel. I actually really like Byun Diesel. I thought he was really fun. I really liked his relationship with Sakito. I love that he stayed behind to just be with Sakito. Like, he's done the traveling in space. He wanted to be with his friends, and I just thought that was really sweet. I love that we have that relationship kind of go downwards with Bundario, where he's worried for him, finds out the truth, hates him, and then likes him again. I'm such a stickler for those kind of storylines. Thought he did it great. But he kind of didn't do much in the episodes, I'm not gonna lie. Byundi was great, yes. But he didn't do anything for most of the show, if you get what I mean. And sometimes, I think I'm going to put him in great, but at the bottom of great, if that makes sense. Can I put him at the bottom of great, if not the top of alright? I know that's probably a very, very, very controversial decision, but I'll hear what you guys say. Byundi, the scene when he played as a train with people before he'd done playing and he vomited. Oh my god, yeah, he was such a cutie. He has motion sickness for trains, apparently. He's great, but he was just there. No, you're so right. That's why. I think that's why I'm so conflicted about this choice specifically because he is just kind of there. He doesn't really do anything for most of the show. I like the toxic yaoi with Boonboomger. I think that's fun. I think Boonboomger specifically though is meant to be with one only person, and I'm just gonna put them right next to each other just so you can see. I think I'm gonna put him at the bottom of great, if not the top of alright. Actually, no, I'm going to keep him at the bottom of great because I thought his mecha forms and stuff was actually really interesting. I thought he made a lot of interesting, didn't make a lot of interesting choices. The episodes where he was angry at Boonboomger were really, really fun. Well, not really fun, but they were really, really interesting to watch. But I think him as a character was just alright. Also love the F1 motif. So true. He was there to sell the Zord builder. No, that's true. He was only there to sell Zords. That's actually kind of so depressing. He was only there to sell Zords, to sell a mecha. Does that mean that Sakito was also just there to sell Zords? I mean, all of them are there just to sell toys. That's the whole point of Toku, to sell toys. So I guess it is not too surprising to be like, well, he was only there to sell toys. He's more of a sitter than a yondu. Ooh. Oh my god, there was that whole space thing as well. Oh my god, yeah, that's such a good point. He had this really interesting backstory that we had no extra touching on. Did he become a racer first? Or was he a space pirate searcher thing before being a racer? Or was he a racer first and then he became a space kind of adventurer that found Sakito to find Boonboomger? But that was 20 years ago. So I don't think it's that. I want to know where that came from. Where was that story gone? There's so many stories that I want to know, but they won't tell me. Anyway, I think for now I'm just gonna put him there. Here we go. Boonboomger Bondaris. Not voicing Puss in Boots. What? Anyway, Boonboomger Bondaris. Now I get the Puss in Boots joke because it's Antonio Banderas. I see. Okay, here's the thing. Boonboomger Bondaris was a very interesting character. I think they did a lot of interesting things with him. I love that it was voiced by Ash Ketchum's original voice actor. I think that is incredible. Where do I put him though? Where do I put Antonio? Not Antonio. Where do I put Boonboomger Bondaris? Boom Boom Goated? I would put him in GOAT, but I also would put him in Great. Now, the reason why I put him in Great and not GOAT or the bottom of GOAT is because I love his backstory. I love everything about him. I love that he loves cooking curry. But there's something about him. I'll put him at Great. I think he deserves to be in Great because of all the emotional stuff we experienced with him. I think he deserves to be in GOAT. But I'm just trying to see all of the different characters, and I'm I have to make the character list a bit more even. But I'm happy to put him in GOAT. Okay, fair. That's a t-shirt. Boonboomger GOAT deserved. Okay, fair enough. I'll put him in GOAT because you guys wanted him there. I will listen to you guys. Rika is an amazing voice actress. I want to be that voice actor. I want to be Rika because they have such amazing accessibility to all voices. I want to be that. I want to be her because I don't know if I have a male voice specifically ready, but I'm working on it to have a bit more of an anime boy voice, if that makes sense, because I can do Yaraka, I can do all the screechy characters, and I would love to be able to expand my thing. I could do I could do Timmy from Fairy Godparents. I can do that. So that is why I'm just hey yo, let's have a look. We got Mako. Oh no, sorry, we got Shirabe. Shirabe is a great character. I think her relationship with Boonboomger is so freaking cute. I wish we had her in a changer. I wish we had a changer for her because that would have been so sick. But we could have had so many great opportunities to have Mako in a suit, and it would have been amazing. They baited viewers twice about getting a second female Boonboomger. I know there are so many chances that we could have had a second female in Boonboomger, and they really went nah. They really pulled that under. They really offered us a sweet and then took it away before we could reach for it. It's being weird. Why are Toku shows, especially at Toei, Kamen Rider and Super Sentai, so against females henshining? I know that's a really silly thing for me to bring up again, but why are they so against it? Because in the last couple of years, it's become the custom to have only one female ranger. That's what I'm saying. It's taken us 5 episodes to get Goju Black to transform. That's so weird to people. I think it's very weird. Kyoryu Violet is rare that we got Violet and Cyan. See, I think that was the point where it was really, really good for Toku females. And now we're just slowly going downhill. Anyway, I think it's more budget than girl. I don't know. I think it is more girl than budget. That's just my own personal opinion, though. Anyway, moving on. Mako, I think should going great. I think they're a top of great. I don't think they're GOAT. I think that they are very close to GOAT, if that makes sense. I could technically put them in Kiss tier with Bundario because I think that they are cute. And I love that they have a hug at the end. Like, that really was what we needed through the whole show, was just them hugging at the end. And I think that's great. So I'm glad that we had that hug. I think that really just said, this is the end of the show. We've finally given you the hug that you've been wanting. Here you go. And it was a great way to end the show. So I'm going to put them at the top of great. The only way I feel Shirabe goes to go is for her to being a ranger. Honestly, if Mako could have had that extra step in the last episode to... They have extra changes, okay? What were they going to do with those extra changes? You showed us 3 extra changes, took 1 for Taya to have a new one. What were the 2 other rangers supposed to be? What were the other 2 changes for? So, as you said, if Mako was able to have a changer by the end of the episode, as like a final thing, that would have put her into GOAT, top of GOAT, maybe. Speak your truth, Kezza. We don't even get a female rider this year. If we don't literally... Oh my god, we're back to this again. I can't well, when will this conversation end? If we do not get a female rider this year, I'm going to cry. Not actually. I'll be too frustrated to cry. But I think it's ridiculous. Okay. Let's move on to the next character before I actually lose my train of thought. Okay, so we have the actual Rangers left, as well as Sun Sita team. So let's start with Gemba. Gemba was so interesting. From the very get-go, it seemed like in the press conference, they didn't even know what their character, or they couldn't explain much about their character. And I remember people being like, ooh, I don't know, he's kind of strange. I wonder what's happening there. It was just because he couldn't actually tell us anything about his character. His character was supposed to be mysterious, and he was. And the mystery of him being a cat or a fox when it was revealed was incredible. That reveal, though, oh my god. That reveal was beautiful. Now, when I say I was so impressed by that reveal. The energy coming off of him, the white hair coming in the ears, coming the face markings coming. I was obsessed with it for ages. I think about that episode sometimes. And what's really funny actually is that I'm going to be cosplaying Gemba very, very soon. I've already got my wig, I've got my ears, and I've got, obviously I've now got this. I now have this. So the cosplay is probably going to be ready by MCM in London. So that's what I'm really excited for that. So that might be a new cosplay I bring there. I don't know, we'll see. Or an updated Yaraka maybe as well. We'll see. But I'm just really excited. So small, I know, look how tiny this thing is. Look how tiny this thing is. So because of that, I think Gemba goes straight to great. Because like the emotion that he has shown in this episode, in the show, also the couple episodes where he kind of goes off on one and he is on his own. Stunning. Just absolutely stunning performance. The mystery behind him, and I really want to know more about his planet. I really wanted to go to his planet, and I really wanted to see his dad. I feel like there's so much more I wanted to get from him. It's annoying that we didn't get it, but I'm just like, we're gonna say he's great. I love him. I mean, all of these are gonna be great or GOAT. Honestly, I don't think there's one that's all right. Gemba, I know people were talking about it earlier on. Gemba is Geets. Gemba, I have to admit, is actually not a fox. I've accepted this fact, And it's funny enough, Montyverse again. Montyverse is pushing this episode, apparently. Montyverse was the one who actually worked out that that Gember is actually a cat. He's not a fox. Even though like the markings looks like a Gumio or like a nine-tailed fox kitsune design, it's actually a cat. I think it's a mix though. I want to say it's a mix. But they did a video on their channel where they proved that it's a cat. Anyway, Joe! Let's have Joe. Joe is a sweetheart and I love him. And I think I'm gonna have to... Joe had some really interesting episodes. But I think overall, Oh, this feels mean. Joe there or Joe there? Joe is one of my favorite Sentai Blacks. I think he does such a good job. He is genuinely such a sweetheart and I love him so much. I'm gonna put him above Mako. That feels mean. But I'm gonna do it because... Yeah, exactly. When he quit the police force, that was such a step up. That like, he literally went against what he thought was correct to save people. And I think that's where social injustice comes in slightly. Like, he saw the injustice happening, knew it was wrong, and stepped away from what he'd believed in for years because that was the power that he held. He was so much more humble and didn't want to get taken over by the corruption of society that he stuck it to the man, I guess you could say. Actually, on that note, I think either goat or great. Like a top of great. Gemba, I'm sorry, go away. He got that nice speech with Miami. That's so true. Oh my god, you're changing my thoughts. I can't do this. Mera, dear. Mera, dear Mera. What do we do with you? Mera was someone who had so many jobs, but like she was so proactive. She was so powerful. I said from the very get-go that she didn't need to be with anybody. She didn't need to be like pushed into a relationship, and they didn't. It's one of the Sentai shows that they didn't actually force her to be in a relationship with the Red or any of the Rangers, and in that matter of fact, I think that's pretty incredible. She was so powerful by herself that she was able to determine her life herself because no one had to be by her side to see that she was okay. Like, I'm just talking out my ass at this point, but I think that Mera was such a powerful character. Top of great. Like, genuinely. I mean, Mera feels like a damsel in distress or strong female too. She plays everything. Like, I know she kind of had that like clumsiness which made her into a damsel in distress. However, even when she was literally the damsel in distress in one episode where it was the toxic boyfriend episode, she still kicked ass and proved that she could do it herself, proved that she was powerful enough to look after herself. And that's why she needs no man. And honestly, it was just incredible. I love her so much. She wore yellow more than pink. She did. She acts like a typical Red Ranger. She does. There's so many shows where the pink is like falling heads over heels or is interested in the red or the main kind of like character. But in this, they didn't even force her into it. Like, there was one episode where the toxic boyfriend came back, and that was the point of the episode, to say that she doesn't need him. She can think for herself. She can act for herself. She's doing something that makes her happy because she is determined to do so. And I'm inspired by that, literally. Literally from episode 1, she chose to take the steering wheel for her own life. And that's so true. And I want to do the same like her. I think if there had to be a relationship, I think they pushed her more onto Joe. And even at that, they didn't force anything between the two of them, which was really refreshing, actually. I loved it. I know a lot of the conversations in the reactions was, oh, who's she gonna end up with? Because we were joking, because like, we knew that she didn't need to be with anybody. And we all knew that. And we all kind of agreed the only person that she would end up with is Joe. He was her best friend. They always were together, but it wasn't in a romantic sense. And I think it was just enough that she was just happy. That's so lovely. Like, it kind of makes me tear up a little bit. Funny enough, Mera has the toxic boyfriend moment during the beginning of the show. And then the end. Oh my god, yeah. That was the only time where she was the damsel in distress, really. Was at the beginning and the end of the show, where she was forced into marriage. And I could see that because she was the only female in the group. And that's how the villains were portrayed as the bad guys again. because they were as bad as the Yakuza. I don't want to say the Yakuza, but the thug group at the beginning. Forcing her, like the toxic boyfriend, into a situation she didn't want to be. Hate that it's a Sentai tradition to have the wedding dress episode. Oh my god, they did the Sentai tradition. They always have a wedding dress episode. I can call her Full Circle Mera, because that's how the show started and that's how the show ended. So true. Anyway, on that note, we're going to move on because otherwise we're going to be here forever. I just love these characters. They're just so inspiring and wonderful, and I miss them, and I'm gonna cry. Anyway, moving on. Sakito. Sakito was interesting. Another great character. They're definitely gonna go into great. Where around great, I don't know. I had a theory about Sakito, and I think they proved that I was right. There was the kid that Taya heard as a kid next door. The police got involved. I want to be older so I can protect kids. I think he was the same kid, and I stick by this theory, and I think it's so interesting that they were so determined talking about like abuse. Pretty much that's where I was. It was the abuse case, and it was so interesting to have a Sentai or a tokushow, a show made for kids, to talk about something like that. There was so much to Sakito's character. It's annoying that he was just a bubble in the opening. It's annoying that he didn't get his champion jacket, just like you said. I mean, he started off a little bit like he was gonna be better than all of them, but then he slowly started to really care for the group, and I think that was so lovely to see. I think he's a great character, and everything that he stood for, and him being the Star Lord of the group, I think is really funny. But I think I'm gonna put Sakito. Sakito was a bit left behind at times. There was multiple episodes where we were like, what is Sakito? I'm gonna put him at the bottom. I loved his character. I thought he was great. But as you said, he was left behind sometimes. There were so many episodes where we were like, where is he? What the fuck is he doing? Is he just... No idea. Where is he? Sakito is one of my favorite Sentai characters. Very much a fantastic 6th Ranger. I thought he was great. I wanted more. I wanted confirmation of certain things, but I think those conversations that I wanted confirmed were things that they couldn't really talk about in a kids show. But I enjoyed everything about him. I loved the mystery. I loved the episode where he truly decided to trust Taya. And I loved how he was just a quirky guy. I just like it. He always has like this element of darkness to him. But I think that's just because of his past. I'm going to put him there because I wanted more. I wanted it in the dance, not in the bubble. And I wanted him to have a champion jacket. So there. He's there. Okay, so we're down to Shashiro and Taya. Oh my god. Shashiro, I have to say, is either GOAT or Kiss tier along with Taya. Now, I'm going to put them both there straight away, and we're just going to talk about this bromance. This bromance is incredible. Shashiro to start off, though. Shashiro, actually no. Shashiro, I had to fix it. Shashiro to start off with, what the heck. Shashiro was fantastic. He was mysterious. He was the tsundere. Maybe not tsundere. What's the word that I'm thinking of? He never acted like he was interested, but actually he was so invested the whole time. He was James Bond pretty much. He was the spy. For several episodes, he acted like the villain just so everyone could be safe. And I love that for him. He became the evil ranger. He shot at his best friends. Daring, but stunning. In those last couple episodes, I genuinely hated him. I knew that there was something up, but I genuinely hated that guy. Because I was just like, how could you betray your friends? Even if it is fake, how dare you shoot at him? He's just looking at you and you're upsetting him. How dare you? But he was so protective of everyone. He was making sure that Gemba could escape from him. He made sure that everybody knew what was happening. He did the bad so nobody else had to. Oh, I love him so much. I thought he was just great. And just cool that he was a spy. I don't know what else to say, but it was cool that he was a spy. And now onto Taya. Taya, stunning. I thought sometimes as a red, he was lacking a little bit. However, he gets saved by the Kiss tier and the BL. There was some moments where I was just like, I kind of want more out of him. However, he had all those moments of like, of secrecy and knowing Bundario's past and knowing bits and bobs and not necessarily sharing everything with everybody. And I love those episodes because it kind of had those episodes where the Red Ranger faints because he's worked too hard, or he is willing to sacrifice everything because he knows the importance of what comes after. And I genuinely loved that. Also, I loved that there was that one episode where they were just in a bar and Sakito walks in and he's just there and everyone else has like weapons and he doesn't have to move because he's that cool. I genuinely loved the Red. Just in general, those two together was so interesting. They always had each other's backs. And I love a show that has really good red-blue chemistry, if that makes sense. Taya is Batman now. True. Oh my god, Taya is Batman. I love it. Yeah, he's just a rich kid with loads of money. How did he get the money? I don't know. But he's really good at connecting people. I love that about him. The red-blue dynamic is strong. Yeah, really strong between these two. And I think that's why they have to go in the kiss tier. Also, the fact that there was that one episode where Taya said, I look into his eyes every single time he comes in the room to make sure it's him. Like, just to see him. Oh, and there's a manga of them too. I don't need to say anymore. You know me. I'm gonna BL. No, that sounds weird. I'm a BL fan, so something like this was just incredible. And now on to the last three. We've taken so long to get to this point, but I think we needed that discussion about all these characters. Back to the main point of the video, where they did this. Where they betrayed my trust and did this. We're onto the Sunseeker team. Now, Multiverse, I'm calling out to you specifically. I am not happy with what your choice was. And you said, we're gonna get some grief for that. And I agree. This is what I got to tell you. The fact that you put the whole Sunseeker team in one is atrocious. But it's fine. I forgive you because we are friends. But gosh, you really pushed me to the limit here. On that note, the Sunseeker team, what a joy. The Team Rocket of the show, and they are the comic relief, the side characters that you really wanted to see. And they are just impeccable. Like, they had the comedy, they had the funny moments, they had the dark moments as well. Like, they lost Madrex and they were out for revenge. We got a Mecha, they got to Henshin, they got everything, and I just love them so much. Now, where do I put them? I'm gonna leave Yaraka to the end because I think everybody knows where I'm gonna put Yaraka. I like that we had a Team Rocket-esque trio in the same season as Ash's VA. I think it was very much on purpose, if that makes sense. You cosplayed Yaraka so much. I've painted my chair to look like Yaraka. I asked for a personalized yellow Yaraka jacket. And also, I may have asked them also to do an actual Yaraka champion jacket. So it's like Sunseeker themed instead of like Boonboomger themed. We'll see if it works, but that would be really fun, won't it? The Forgotten Yaraka chess stream? That was a wild stream. Wasn't it like at like 2 a.m. in the morning and I just started painting my chair? So, but let's get on to actually doing this. Itasha. I thought Itasha was lovely. I loved that she had that singing episode. I thought she was just great. I'm gonna put her in great. I think I could put her underneath. No, I could put her... Oh, where do I put Itasha, man? Oh, this could get dicey. I'm gonna put it there. I feel like that's very, very solid. I think that's a very solid place for Itasha to go. Actually, no. Sound bad. Decatrade, I think... Decatrade didn't do much other than being with her. I think Itasha was definitely better. I know that Decatrade tried to act like he was the leader of the three, but I don't think there was a leader between the Sunseeker team. But if there was one, it would be Itasha. I don't know what it is. She was Santa. She was the singer. She always wanted to be the top of the class, I guess you could say. She always wanted to be in Spinder's favor. So I think I'm gonna put them there, right? Okay, now down to the last little guy. We got the little Yaraka, and I think everybody knows where I'm gonna put them. I'm gonna fix a mistake the Multiverse did. Multiverse, you see this? Yeah, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do fixed the issue! Yes! Yarika, best character. No doubt. I vibed with him so much. Like, I could see Marcos being Itasha, Thomas being Decatrade, and me being Yarika. I just felt like such a vibe with him. One, yellow. I don't think there's a yellow character. There isn't a yellow suit in this show, so I had to do something. After having Himeno last season and Oni Sister the season before, I had to have my yellow thing. And Yarika pops in with a voice I can do, being cutesy and funny and a little bit mischievous. Obviously, I would fall for this character. Just not even fall for this character. I want to be that character. Because I feel like they were such a representation of me during a time where I was kind of seeing myself as this quirky character, but also a villain in some people's stories. Like, I've had some tough years of people just backstabbing me, and I've really felt the same for this character as I felt for myself. And I'm not gonna get emotional, but Yarika was the epitome of what I was experiencing. The epitome of being selfish for my own, for their own gain. But for me, I saw that as living life the way that they want to, and not straying away from happiness, or straying away from something that they needed, or straying away from something that they wanted. And that's why I think I really like connected with Yarika. And just also, he's just a cute little guy. A cute little guy. He got the villain story with, oh my god. Now that is one episode I actually genuinely hated Yarika. No, don't say that now, right? Okay, we could get rid of that episode. But genuinely, I was like #1 Yarika fan the whole season. That one episode, he would have been a Hakabaka. Genuinely, I would have sent him to Hakabaka with no thought. I was so angry about that one episode, wishing that one episode never existed. So true. Like, genuinely, I could have done without that episode. But at the same time, that is what a villain does. Like, it's funny because they created the Sun Seeker team to be the Team Rocket, right? And that kind of makes sense. The Team Rocket is villains. Like, they are villainous. Like, they may not do it correctly, but they are villainous. And I think that's the point of that episode. It's like, he is cute, he is doing things like this, but remember, he is also kind of villainous. He is a bad guy, unfortunately. But I still love Team Rocket. I still think that they are great. That is why Yarika is #1. I love the Sun Seeker team. I love them too. They're so good. Anyway, life is fixed. The world can go back to how it was. Yarika is on top and not at the bottom underneath disgrace. More like these nuts.